Do you feel overwhelmed by the chaos of daily life? Are you seeking a deeper sense of balance and tranquility? In this video, we will dive deep into the core principles of Stoicism and unveil 6 transformative tips that will empower you to cultivate a more balanced lifestyle. Lesson 1. Embrace the dichotomy of control. In life, there are things we can control and things we cannot. Stoicism teaches us to focus only on what is within our power. This principle is called the dichotomy of control. Our thoughts, actions, and choices belong to us. These are within our power. External events, opinions of others, or the outcomes of our efforts are not. Worrying about things we cannot change only wastes our energy. When we learn to distinguish between these two, life becomes lighter. Imagine standing in a storm. You cannot stop the wind or rain, but you can choose how to protect yourself. You can seek shelter or wear a coat. This is the essence of controlling what you can. The same applies to life's challenges. We cannot control others' behavior, but we can control how we respond. This mindset brings peace. It frees us from unnecessary stress and frustration. The practice of focusing on what we can control sharpens our awareness. It helps us to act with intention. When we act with intention, we find meaning in what we do. Our actions become purposeful. Even small efforts, like being kind or doing our best, carry immense value. These are things within our control. Accepting what is beyond our control does not mean giving up. It means finding freedom. We stop battling the uncontrollable. Instead, we embrace the flow of life. This acceptance leads to serenity. It allows us to focus our energy on improving ourselves. This practice requires patience and discipline. But with time, it becomes natural. The dichotomy of control is not just a tool for peace. It is also a foundation for resilience. Life is unpredictable. Things will not always go as planned. But when we focus on our own actions, we stay grounded. We remain calm even in chaos. This calmness helps us make better decisions. It also strengthens our character. The Stoics remind us to live with clarity. They teach us to let go of what we cannot change. They encourage us to direct our efforts inward. When we follow this path, we find balance. We find strength. And we find freedom from the weight of the uncontrollable. This is the first step toward a balanced life. Lesson 2. Prioritize inner virtue. In Stoicism, virtue is the highest good. It is the foundation of a balanced life. Virtue is about living with honesty, courage, kindness, and self-control. It is about aligning our actions with our values. It is the core of true happiness. Unlike material wealth or fame, virtue cannot be taken from us. It is within us. Living virtuously means making choices that reflect our true selves. It is about doing what is right, even when it is difficult. Virtue requires discipline. It also requires mindfulness. Each day, we face decisions. Some are small, like choosing our words carefully. Others are big, like standing up for what we believe in. In every choice, we can practice virtue. The Stoics teach us that external success is fleeting. Money, status, and possessions can disappear. But inner virtue lasts. It is our guide in times of trouble. It is our strength when life tests us. Virtue gives us clarity. It helps us act with integrity. This integrity builds trust with others. It also deepens our self-respect. Prioritizing virtue does not mean ignoring our needs. It means balancing our desires with our values. When we live virtuously, we find peace. We stop chasing things that do not fulfill us. Instead, we focus on what truly matters. We grow as individuals. We inspire others. Our actions ripple outward, creating positive change. Virtue also protects us from negativity. When we act with integrity, we feel no guilt. When we show kindness, we feel no regret. This inner peace is priceless. It shields us from anger, envy, and fear. It helps us stay calm in difficult situations. It reminds us that our worth is not tied to external factors. Our worth comes from who we are, not what we have. The pursuit of virtue is a lifelong journey. It is not about perfection. It is about progress. Each day is an opportunity to grow. Each moment is a chance to choose virtue. This practice requires patience, but it is deeply rewarding. It brings joy that no external success can match. The Stoics remind us to keep our focus inward. They teach us to value character over possessions. They guide us to live authentically. When we prioritize inner virtue, we build a strong foundation. We create a balanced life filled with meaning and purpose. This is the path to true happiness. Lesson 3: Detach from external outcomes. Life is full of uncertainty. We work hard, but the results are never guaranteed. Stoicism teaches us to detach from external outcomes. This does not mean we stop caring. It means we shift our focus. We put our energy into the process, not the result. This mindset brings freedom. It protects us from disappointment. Detachment does not mean indifference. It means doing our best without being controlled by success or failure. When we attach ourselves to outcomes, we create expectations. Expectations often lead to frustration. But when we focus on our efforts, we stay grounded. We find satisfaction in knowing we did our best. The Stoics remind us that outcomes are not entirely in our hands. Many factors influence results. Some are beyond our control. A farmer can plant seeds and nurture them, but the weather determines the harvest. Similarly, we can work hard, but external events may shape the outcome. Recognizing this truth helps us stay calm. It helps us accept life as it is. Detachment also teaches us humility. It reminds us that we are not all-powerful. It encourages us to trust the flow of life. When we detach from outcomes, we become more resilient. Failures do not crush us. Successes do not inflate us. We remain balanced. We keep moving forward with purpose. This practice also deepens our gratitude. When we are not fixated on results, we appreciate the journey. We notice the small joys along the way. We find meaning in the effort itself. Detachment transforms challenges into opportunities for growth. It shifts our perspective. It helps us see that the process is as valuable as the goal. The Stoics encourage us to focus on what we can control. They remind us to act with intention and let go of the rest. This does not mean giving up. It means finding freedom in acceptance. When we detach from external outcomes, we gain clarity. We live with less stress and more joy. This practice leads to a balanced and fulfilling life. Lesson 4: Accept adversity as growth. Adversity is a part of life. It is unavoidable. Stoicism teaches us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Difficulties test our character. They reveal our strength. They help us develop resilience. Instead of fearing adversity, we can welcome it as a teacher. Life is not meant to be easy. Struggles shape us. They force us to grow. They push us to overcome limits. Adversity builds courage and patience. It teaches us perseverance. Every challenge we face is an opportunity to improve. Each hardship makes us stronger. The Stoics believe that obstacles are not enemies. They are allies. They help us learn about ourselves. They show us what we are capable of. When we face adversity, we have a choice. We can resist it, or we can accept it. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means finding meaning in the struggle. Adversity also teaches us gratitude. It makes us appreciate the good times. It reminds us of life's fragility. When we overcome challenges, we feel a sense of accomplishment. We grow more confident. We become more compassionate. We understand the struggles of others. This empathy strengthens our relationships. The Stoics encourage us to embrace challenges. They teach us to see adversity as a gift. They remind us that growth comes from struggle. When we accept this truth, we find peace. We build resilience. We live with courage and purpose. Adversity becomes a tool for balance and growth. Lesson 5. Simplify your life. A balanced life is a simple life. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what truly matters. It encourages us to let go of excess. Simplicity brings clarity. It frees us from distractions. It helps us find peace. Modern life is often cluttered. We chase material possessions and social validation. We fill our schedules with endless tasks. This busyness leaves little time for reflection. It drains our energy. Simplifying our lives allows us to reclaim our time. It helps us focus on what is meaningful. The Stoics remind us that true happiness does not come from possessions. It comes from within. Owning less means worrying less. Simplicity reduces stress. It creates space for joy. When we let go of what we do not need, we feel lighter. We find freedom in simplicity. Simplifying life also means prioritizing our values. It means saying no to things that do not align with our goals. It means focusing on quality over quantity. This practice requires mindfulness. It asks us to examine our choices. It challenges us to let go of habits that do not serve us. The Stoics encourage us to cultivate gratitude. They remind us to appreciate what we have. They teach us that abundance is not about having more. It is about needing less. This mindset transforms our perspective. It helps us see the beauty in simplicity. Simplifying life is not about deprivation. It is about liberation. It is about making room for what truly matters. It is about living with intention. This practice brings balance. It helps us focus on our inner lives. It strengthens our connection with others. It allows us to live fully and authentically. Lesson 6. Maintain emotional equanimity. Emotions are powerful. They can uplift us or overwhelm us. Stoicism teaches us to maintain equanimity. This means staying calm and balanced. It means not being ruled by emotions. It is about finding inner peace. Life is full of ups and downs. Joy and sorrow are part of the human experience. The Stoics remind us to welcome all emotions. They teach us to observe them without judgment. This practice helps us respond wisely. It prevents us from being swept away by emotional storms. Equanimity does not mean suppressing emotions. It means understanding them. It means acknowledging our feelings without letting them control us. When we stay calm, we make better decisions. We act with clarity and purpose. The Stoics encourage us to practice mindfulness. They remind us to focus on the present moment. This awareness helps us stay grounded. It reduces anxiety about the future. It eases regret about the past. Mindfulness brings peace. It strengthens our resilience. Emotional equanimity also deepens our relationships. When we remain calm, we communicate better. We listen with empathy. We respond with kindness. This builds trust and connection. It fosters harmony. The practice of equanimity requires effort. It takes time to develop, but the rewards are immense. It brings balance to our lives. It helps us navigate challenges with grace. It allows us to find peace in chaos. The Stoics remind us that we are not our emotions. They teach us to rise above reactive impulses. They guide us toward inner stability. When we cultivate equanimity, we live with strength and serenity. We find the balance that leads to a fulfilling life.